Because I am hard, you will not like me.
Yes, sir.
There is no racial bigotry here. Here you are all equally worthy.
At Header Industries, No Quarter Given, and Rampage Coffee Company. Strong, rich, and smooth. Here's Crusty.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's beautiful May 20th. Correction, May 19th. Sorry, I'm getting my numbers mixed up here. I am just constantly jumbling numbers in my head. So as I said in the title, the vaccines, yes. On Saturday, there was some stories from CTV and a possible vaccine and trials being done at Dalhousie University in regards to this whole pandemic and other, effects, so to speak. Anyway, I'm just going off the cuff here. I've read some of these articles from CTV in regards to let's hurry up and get a vaccine to end this beer bug, this travesty and all that good stuff. And I'm thinking, who in their right mind is going to step up and volunteer to be the first guinea pigs? Now, I've said on my Facebook post and pages there, in regards to taking a shot, I would nominate Dr. Tam, Patty Haydu, and all the other so-called experts that have weighed in on what we should do with our lives and how we should conduct ourselves to be the first ones to take a vaccine. We have a prime minister that has spent the better part of 2.5, almost 3 months now, isolated in a cottage and come out to Parliament once in a while and virtue of Parliament to speak his mind and tell more lies to the Canadian people, as well as Bill Morneau and all those other experts. And we've had Patty Haydu talk about how we need a mask or we don't need a mask. We've also had Dr. Theresa Tam saying we need a mask, we don't need a mask. So there hasn't been any precise or concise suggestions to fight this, even though more than half of the people that have been affected, based on the CTV statistic, have recovered. And we've lost 5,000 people to it. Now, regardless of how you look at it, losing anybody to a pandemic is terrible. I'm not saying disregard everything the government says, but I am saying we got to start thinking for ourselves when it comes to this issue here. Okay? What's the alternative? All right? Can't go out in public, can't protest something because our freedom of assembly has been compromised yet again, based on what I said in my last episode in regards to Alberta's Bill 10 and that young man being carted off by the sheriffs for not really doing anything except speaking his mind. He was maintaining his social distance. He was maintaining the restrictions. And still he was arrested. So what's that tell you? And based on Saturday's report, and I'll let you read it yourself. I'm not going to quote every little detail on it. It's just more garbage, okay. And you can read it and realize that a lot of this stuff is coming from mainland China too. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk about conspiracy theories or talk about how, this group of people is doing this and this group of people doing that. I want to clear the record off too here. It has nothing to do with Chinese people. It has a lot to do with the Communist Party of China and its business dealings with our government and other governments thereof that really enjoy keeping people under their thumb. Okay? I've worked with Chinese Canadians, so there's no racial undertones there, ladies and gentlemen, right? And when it comes to getting these stories out and getting this information out, okay, I'm not a qualified journalist. I never said I was a journalist. I'm just a Canuck speaking his fucking mind. Okay? But when I read these stories, I'm really encouraging people to think for themselves, to come up with their own conclusions. Because it's getting to the point now where someone says this, we need to have more facts to back it up. And rightfully so. We do need facts to back things up. But it kind of reminds me, the other day I was having a conversation on the beautiful Facebook. And I just put up a statement in regards to the vaccine and all that. And I had somebody from my page come up to me and saying, do you have the facts to back that up? And I'll look for the story right here now. More or less, this individual said, and she said that she was a freelance journalist. A freelance journalist that likes facts, and which is good. There was nothing wrong with that. There was nothing wrong with people having an insight and trying to find a story to get out there in the public. But it's getting harder and harder every day to find out what is real news, what is fake news, what is good news, what's legitimate news, and what have you. It's getting fucking ridiculous. And then I'm just looking for here, so bear with me. Pardon my tardiness. I should have prepared this before, but my resources are somewhat limited right now. It's probably gone by now. Anyhow, she did quote saying that, well, even with fake news, they back it up with facts. Well, then if it was backed up with facts, then it wouldn't be fake news. Right? And then she went on saying that you shouldn't just post this up there and cause an uproar and, and how dare you challenge the integrity and all this. And I said, I want people to think for themselves. You can take what you want from it, regardless of what I post, regardless of what anyone else posts. Isn't that the idea? Yeah, but when the government posts things and when the powers that be post things, we're supposed to just take it for what it is and that's all there is to it? I don't think so. Anyway, tell me what you think. CrustyBCanuck67@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook under Crusty Canuck, Instagram, Canuck Crusty. You can find me on Twitter, too. I'll leave all the links in the description at the end of this podcast here. And if you do feel like donating, please consider donating. $1, $2, $3, $4, $5. I still have the t-shirt deal on with my Teespring line. I've even got some new logos and a new brand of I Won't Comply t-shirts to all my gun friends out there. Please considering purchasing one and show the powers that be what we won't comply. That simple. And I still give a donation to the Veterans Association Food Bank when I can too. So not that your money will be going to just my pocket, but I'll be donating some of it to the Veterans Association Food Bank. They do wonderful things for veterans in Calgary and the surrounding area. So it's a charity of my choice. But carrying on with the whole vaccine thing. If you read the article carefully, it'll talk about how I can't speak English today. They're processing trials. They're just waiting for Health Canada to give it a thumbs up. And of course, Health Canada is brought to you by a graphic designer. So no doubt in my mind will she, say yes, let's do this. Let's make it happen. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's hurry up and rush this vaccine. And let's hurry up and pick people. Now, are they going to force the vaccine on people once they find that it's relevant? They find that it might work? Or should they let people recover on their own? Because, I'll leave the stats up there, too, in regards to how many people recover from this. They spend a couple of weeks in isolation, getting rid of the virus, taking away their medicine. But I don't know what to think anymore, really. Because as we sit here and speak right now, as you listen to my garble, there are people that are being ticketed for having a cup of coffee. There are people that are being ticketed for not social distancing. There are people that are getting tickets left and right for doing their thing because Canadian people want freedom, and that freedom is being denied in the name of a beer bug. All right. I'll leave a link from Rebel News that came out yesterday to a gentleman in New Brunswick that was handed a ticket for sitting in the parking lot of a Tim Hortons, drinking his coffee, having a muffin. Right? Sitting in the parking lot. And apparently the preceding officer, a Constable John Thompson of the Hampton RCMP, was told to have this gentleman removed because he was trespassing, because the establishment was fearing that there might be teenagers lingering, and he was setting a terrible example. Anyway, I'll leave the clip there in the description. It gives you an insight on the authority that's calling the shots in parts of our nation here. All right. Like I've said before in my other videos, I have police officers that I call friend. I played hockey with them. We've worked with them. We've done range work together, and it's not a new dynamic. I judge these people on their character and how they treat others. And every cop that I've known throughout my career and now has never gone out of his or her way to give someone a ticket because of this whole social distancing BS. Nor have I seen a cop go out of his or her way to harass somebody out of fear. But we're seeing more and more of this stuff come out of the woodwork now, ladies and gentlemen. And it's scary because I don't want people to think that all cops are bad, because they're not. Not all firefighters are bad, not all cops are bad, not all doctors, nurses, not all soldiers. You know, you're always going to have a token few in every group that are going to do something stupid, but I'm no way going to be judging police officers based on that constable or another constable in Nova Scotia, or a few constables in Nova Scotia that failed to react to things. We all know that story about the Nova Scotia shooting. And there's more details coming out in that today, too, so I'll leave a link to that as well. About things that were known prior to his heinous crime and things that weren't done. But you decide. You, the listener, you decide what you want to hear and what you want to see. But we can't afford to turn a blind eye anymore to this whole vaccine crap, this beer bug crap, and to what's been going on with our rights and liberties as we speak today. Now, like I said in the video I put out a couple weeks ago, which I'm still getting numerous responses on, thank you very much, to all those people that reached out and said the kind things and gave me a thumbs up in that video, thank you once again, to especially my new subscribers out there who have tuned into my work and the podcast and videos respectively. Thank you very much for your support, and all the more reasons for us to get together and to start standing up for what is right for Canadian people. All colors, all creeds, all religions. Which brings me to the next point in this whole authoritarian thing. It's amazing that during the month of Ramadan, mosques, people in the mosque can get together and pray, and yet churches and synagogues can't. Why is that? Like I said, I'm not religious, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not a religious person, but what's good for the goose is good for the gander, is it not? Is that not equality? Is that not what equality should be? You can pray to wherever you want. You can drink whatever you want. You can dance and sing and eat to whatever you like. Right? But because of this pandemic, only a select few get to have the opportunity to worship and pray at their leisure. All right? Is that allowed? How is that fairness? How is that democratic? I'm in no way trying to diss anybody of the Muslim faith, or diss anybody of the Christian faith, or anyone of the Jewish faith, or Baha'i, or the Buddhist faith, or if you worship lemons, I don't really care. If one gets to pray, all gets to pray. Right? Isn't that what our democracy and our Charter of Rights is based on? Is it not? Oh, but let's all line up instead and hope for this vaccine and hope for wonderful things, right? I confess, I've never taken a flu shot. I haven't taken a flu shot in about 10 years, ladies and gentlemen. I haven't. And I'm going to speculate here. I'm going to speculate that they come up with a quote-unquote cure for the beer bug. And based on the actions and the lies and the word salads that all of our leaders have been giving us in regards to this catastrophe, I wouldn't be surprised if they turn around and make everything mandatory, where you got to line up at your local clinic or hospital and get your shot and have it recorded so the powers that be can see that you've been inoculated, right? And based on that video that I saw from Rebel News in regards to that, guy minding his business, having a coffee and a muffin in a parking lot, are they going to turn around and ask you for a vaccine book too? They're going to turn around and say, let me see your license and your vaccine book. Right? Let me see your papers, jawohl. Right? You haven't had your vaccine yet. You better line up to this clinic here and get your shots, yes? Jawohl? Yeah. No wonder there's so many conspiracy theorists out there. No wonder there's so much speculation. Because of little hints and little fractions of these shitty actions that you see, whether it be in the paper or on television, right? I encourage people to start questioning things. Start questioning more, right? This podcast is just coming off the cuff here, but to sum it all up, we're being led down, I think, a dangerous path. A very dangerous path, right? Now, regardless of what you think, it's always good to have a vaccine. It's always good to have something that's going to cure something, i.e. like polio and the dysentery and tetanus and what have you. Some of the ailments of our civilization. But my speculation is this. I don't think this is going to be a good thing. So regardless if they come up with something that's going to help people. Why was there not a rush for the vaccine when it came to H1N1 or the SARS and the MERS? Right? It was a virus. They contained it. People got over it. Okay, great. But now I don't know. My gut is telling me something is not right and something is going to happen. And I don't think it's going to be that good, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think it's going to be a positive thing. Stay tuned. Here's a message from my sponsors.
Mad Hatter Industries is not your average apparel company. The apparel is a bonus and a great way to spread the idea behind creating a community that supports each other and has their brother or sisters back at a time of need. Our mission is to create a community that supports individuals to create a fighting mindset for dealing with adversity. The Mad Hatter Industries logo is meant to be something that you can place your confidence and trust in. We will watch your back and we won't let you down. For more information, you can check us out online via Instagram or Facebook at Mad Hatter Industries or through our website at www.madhatterindustries.ca. Use the podcast promo code Canuck15 to enjoy 15% off your next order. All proceeds from Mad Hatter Industries go to support mental health organizations. Coffee Company. Extremely delicious coffee. Roasted with purpose, then delivered to your favorite mug. Our delicious coffee comes packed with enough attitude to punch you out of your morning slippers. Here at Rampage Coffee Company, we provide you superior quality coffee that is delivered to the doorsteps of any Canadian who is ready to take their coffee game to the next level. We hand select quality beans to be a small batch roasted by our head roaster, which ensures unparalleled attention to details and amazing quality in all our coffee. Cheers to a freshly roasted kick-ass coffee. Rampage Coffee Company. Use the code CRUSTYCANUCK to get free shipping on the Rampage sampler.
Yep, that's right, ladies and gentlemen. Rampage Coffee and Mad Hatter Industries. Good folks, good homegrown talent, and they got a lot to offer, so please check them out. Their links are in my description. Anyway, carrying on with the whole vaccination idea and the whole overreach. And again, I have really dwelled on a lot of this authoritarian stuff, but it makes you think, what is this democracy all about? Are we getting sized up for a socialist takeover somehow? You know, gently weaning us into a socialist doctrine, so if they do call a snap election, we're going to vote for what's safe rather than vote for what's real and what's needed, right? Didn't we see these tactics before in our history classes, ladies and gentlemen, when it came to how Benito Mussolini manipulated Italy, how Adolf Hitler manipulated Germany, how Joseph Stalin manipulated and instilled the fear into the Russian people, how Mao Zedong manipulated and feared the Chinese people, all right? And to all you commie kids out there that think communism is the great thing, considering you've all been spoon-fed and left in a basement most of your goddamn lives and given an education, right, based on your student loans and based on your mommy and daddies, or your mommies and daddies paying your fucking bills, right? We're at a time now, ladies and gentlemen, where we have to be critical thinkers. This is just my opinion. You can quote me on it or you don't have to quote me on it. You can listen to it, you don't have to listen to it. But it's time to start thinking about who is in charge here and who we let to be in charge. Do you want an individual that has a degree in music calling the shots when it comes to our agriculture? Do you want somebody who might have a degree in sociology all of a sudden be in charge of our national defense? Do you want somebody who is a graphic arts designer be in charge of our health services? Or somebody who is a part-time teacher and part-time this and part-time that, and who's done, 3 situations of blackface and spent more time at national summits worrying about his socks rather than the business at hand? Something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. Something to ponder. Who do we have in charge? Who do we have calling the shots? These are the same people, too, that said guns are bad and we're criminals now. These are the same people that lead other people by the nose hairs, thinking that, okay, here's your CERB check, and we're going to tax you out later. These are the same individuals that said, okay, seniors, we're going to give you a boost. We're going to give you $300 to $500, one lump sum, which is taxable, by the way, of course. Gee, thanks. And they'll invest $9 billion in students. And some of those students are foreign students. They're not Canadian citizens. They're just training in Canada. So it goes to show the priorities here. Okay? Yet, can we get $9 billion to look after the Veterans Affairs debacle? Can we get $9 billion to upgrade our military, as it should be, to the 2% GDP, which was asked by our NATO allies? Not demanded, asked, mind you. Right? And where's all this money coming from to help with the vaccine and the authority? Well, of course, the Authority Overreach speaks for itself. Here's a ticket for minding your own business because we got to extort our people. We've got to make some more money here. What better way to do it than make up some Trump charge and fuck people over while they're minding their own business? So there's a lot of people out there who really don't like liberty, and you can tell that by their actions. Okay? And it's kind of insulting. Especially half these individuals that go on television and weigh in because of their expertise when they have no fucking clue themselves. Right? We're living in a age where disingenuine actions speak louder than actual, genuine actions. We're living in a day and age where it's okay to watch some bimbo on some frickin' TikTok channel or some other channel pour eggs in herself. Right? Where she can make lots of money than guys like myself and other individuals getting the word out. Have to beg, borrow, and steal. Now, I'm not begging, borrowing, and stealing. I'm just making a point here. There's a few other individuals that come out with other factoids and speak their minds freely that are trying to get ahead too. But it all depends on the choices, ladies and gentlemen. People keep saying sheeple. People keep saying, oh, well, we can't be led by this and led by that. I've had some of my American friends weigh in on my page and say, why don't you start a revolution? I don't want to start a revolution. I don't want to start firing shots at people. I don't want to kill anybody. But I do have the ability to defend myself more ways than one. And I hate to see anything in this country come to a violent takeover or to a violent retribution. I don't want to see that, ladies and gentlemen, because I've seen enough of it. And I don't want to see it in the home and native land. I don't. But I think we're getting closer and closer to that edge, closer and closer to that endeavor. And trust me, folks, it's fucking scary. Pardon my F-bombing, but it's fucking scary. Okay? And there are many people that can sit there and theorize with the keyboard doctrine and talk about, well, if we did this, this would happen. If we that would happen. Yes, all action. We need more action. But no, we can't go out and protest and show freedom of assembly because we're getting their ticket for that too. Well, fuck the tickets. Regardless of what's going on right now, our charters and rights and freedoms will not be compromised. So I encourage my listeners out there. Let's march in Ottawa on the 1st of July. Let's march at every fucking federal building every day when we can. You know, I'm in a position financially where I can't just pick up and go right now. And there are a lot of Canadians in that boat too. But we want to. And those who can, by all means, you got my support. And you got my blessing. And I will be out there too. It's just a matter of when and the timing. But there's no means am I saying, get out there and do my dirty work. I want to do the dirty work too. I want to hold the signs up and hold these fucking clowns accountable. I want to point the finger and say, you are wrong. You are unglued. You smoke crack. You are not doing what we're paid to do. You're taking money from us, telling us one thing, and then catering to another. It's coming, folks. The storm's a fucking brewing. It's happening in Britain, it's happening in Germany, it's happening in the United States, and it's fucking happening here too. Right? Government overreach on all aspects of our lives. What to eat, what to drink, what to smell, what to smoke, what to do. When to jerk off, when not to jerk off. When to kiss your wife, when not to kiss your wife. What the fuck? Pardon ma français, but I think you get my points. Right? Like even our glorious leader had the gall of sitting there saying we have to buy Canadian, yet he'll force Saudi oil down our throats. Yet we have some great oil out here in the West and the means to produce it, and probably the highest environmental standards known to mankind. And notice I said mankind, not people kind, mankind. Right? But no, let's not do it because it might piss off some Les Blocs Québécois. Eh? Well, fuck Les Blocs, fuck the Greens, fuck the NDP. Right? Because you all want taxes to promote your social programs and to line your fucking pockets with virtue. But again, with the suggestion of the vaccine coming up, what's going to happen? And what's going to happen to more individuals when they want a cup of coffee and sit in a parking lot and just enjoy a bit of peace and freedom? Right? I know, you tell me. CrustyBCanuck67@gmail.com, or you can find me on the Facebook under Crusty Canuck, and Instagram Canuck Crusty, and on Twitter as well too. Send me an email. Send me a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that little bell for notifications, all that stuff. And thank you again, ladies and gentlemen, for all the subscribers and the comments alike. Thank you very much for the positive influence. I appreciate it. Keep it going. Share, comment, alike, spread it around by all means. Right? The only thing that we can do is stand our ground, is all I can see right now. I'm not going to sit and get tactical and talk about movements and shit. I'm just talking common sense here. It's what we need, and it's what is lacking in our leadership, in our medicine, in our peace and security. Common sense is lacking. Right? And it doesn't matter if you believe in the conservative or the liberal ideology, right? Say no to communism. Say no to real fascism. Not this idle chit-chat that becomes talking points at some fucking college table while people are petting their chickens and drinking their lattes. I'm talking some real fucking change, and I'm talking some real fucking solutions here. You know? Let people do what they want to do. Basic fucking liberty. And every day it's being compromised. Right? I especially like it when people weigh in on my Facebook page there, saying that anyone who wants a gun's an idiot, and you should be thankful you live in a country like Canada, well, where there isn't mass guns around. And I say, well, see, that's the thing, because gun owners keep their guns locked up out of sight. We follow the law. And I like to say to those ladies and those individuals that weighed in too, you should be grateful that you have people in this country that are willing to defend your right to say that and to do that. But they don't, right? Just like the old saying, everyone hates a soldier till the enemy's at the gates. And then what? Yeah. Let's just hope the enemy does not come to the gates, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hope. All right. Anyhow, that's my spiel for this beautiful 19th of May, 2020. As I say again, please comment and like and subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you feel like donating, please donate. Any donation will do. I'm trying to build this podcast even bigger, try to make it better. I'm going to try to add some more videos, put some more comedy in the future, bring some more characters to light, and of course, more commentary to the best of my ability. Anyhow, I've been Crusty Canuck, ladies and gentlemen. Take care of yourselves, look after your loved ones, and remember, humanity and merit wins the day. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Because I am hard, you will not like me. There is no racial bigotry here.